turns knowledge into wisdom. And the fires of creation is that process of action turning knowledge into wisdom. We all know, but until we do, it's not the experience and the understanding of the experience that it takes to understand it. Experiential situation is really what it is.
It's not about what you do and all of the things you create or don't create. It is truly about lifetime to lifetime endurance and gaining joy and happiness out of them. It's not about success. It is just about joy, happiness, and love.
Have you been finding yourself stuck in a rut, unable to launch your new projects, not getting the experiences you're looking out of your spiritual experiences? You're trying to start a business and running into troubles? I have special coaching sessions for you. Spiritual readings, Akashic records, healings, all those are available to you. I invite you to come and look at the different journeys that I've done in the live shows that I've done. I'm inviting you all to come on the journey, expand your life, expand your willpower, learn more about sovereignty. We also have the Living the Mystic Life monthly membership. It's a new relaunch of the system where you get all of our live webinars and get access to our Discord server for our live shows. Go to the website, andrewbartzis.com, for more information. Come and join our community, inviting you all to come on this journey as we expand to the universe of the Great Awakening. Welcome, everyone, to another adventure into reality. I am your host, Andrew Bartzis, the one and only galactic historian. Today is a live call-in show, so if you'd like to come and be a part of the show, look in the show description or in the chat link. We will be taking callers here in just a moment. I have a speech to read for you. This one is a very important concept. And then in tomorrow's Friday Night Loose Report, I'll have a special presentation speech that attaches to this speech. Tomorrow's speech will be on Jeffrey Epstein. But for today, those listeners, get ready for something that is going to deeply impact you. Good evening, fellow travelers. Welcome to Adventures into Reality. On this cold February night, and tonight we are stepping boldly into the storm. We're not here to hide from the wind. We're here to feel our face, to taste the electricity in the air, to walk straight into the heart of the tempest that has been raging across the human mind for too long. Tonight we speak of the great fog that has settled over our world, a fog woven from politics, rhetoric, and propaganda. A fog so thick that millions wander lost in it, believing they are free when they are merely circling the same carefully drawn paths. This is not a lecture. This is not a scolding. This is a call, a deep, resonant call to awaken the adventure that still lives inside every one of you watching and listening tonight, right now. Let us begin by gazing honestly at the landscape we inhabit. Imagine a vast industrial complex, humming day and night. Its smokestacks belching not smoke, but stories. Stories that drift across the sky like ash, settling gently on every rooftop, every schoolyard, every glowing screen. This is the indoctrination industry. Not a single building you could point to on a map, but a living, breathing organism of narrative factories, echo cathedrals, and persuasion engines that never sleep. Its raw material is human attention. Its product is certainty. The kind of certainty that feels like warmth, but is actually a slow freezing of the soul. It takes the raw, wild ore of human experience and smelts it down into uniform ignats of approved opinion. It pours those molten opinions into molds marked left, right, progressive, conservative, patriot, traitor, and lets them cool into hard, unbreakable shapes that people carry proudly like armor, never noticing how heavy the armor has become. The industry's greatest masterpiece is the illusion of choice. Picture two grand rivers flowing through the land of public discourse. One river is painted blue, the other red. Both appear to rush in opposite directions, carving dramatic canyons of division. Crowds gather on opposite banks, shouting across the churning water, convinced they are the mortal enemies. Yet if you climb high enough, if you dare to ascend the forbidden peak of genuine observation, you see the truth. Both rivers rise from the very same source. A single reservoir hidden upstream, owned and managed by interests that profit most when the rivers rage loudest. That reservoir is fed by springs of fear, springs of outrage, springs of manufactured crisis. Every season, the engineers open up the sluice gates and a little wider, and the rivers swell. Villages downstream flood, families are swept apart. Bridges burn, and still the people on the banks clutch their colored flags and scream the disaster's the fault of those on the opposite side. This is the poetry of control, division disguised as destiny. The indoctrination industry does not merely inform, it forms. It sculpts minds the way wind and water sculpt stone. Slowly, relentlessly, invisibly, a child sits in front of a screen, absorbing images of heroes and villains carefully curated to teach who deserves empathy and who deserves contempt. By adolescence, those images have become internal architecture. The young adult enters the voting booth or the comment section, already carrying invisible blueprints of what must be hated or what must be adored. The rhetoric is never crude. Crude rhetoric wakes people up. No, the industry has refined its craft to the level of high art. Words are chosen like notes in a symphony, arranged to stir the heart before the mind can object. A phrase repeated often enough becomes a lullaby. A lullaby repeated often enough becomes the law of nature, existential threat. Once in a generation opportunity. The science is settled. Democracy dies in darkness. Each phrase is a velvet glove over an iron fist of presupposition. And propaganda? Propaganda is no longer the clumsy poster of old wars. Today it is liquid. It flows through fiber optic veins into every pocket, every bedroom, every moment of boredom. It arrives disguised as entertainment, as breaking news, as a friend's heartfelt post. It whispers, you are on the right side of history, and the whispers feel like prophecy. The result is a civilization walking in its sleep. People recite talking points the way medieval peasants recited prayers, not because they have wrestled with the ideas, but because the rhythm is comforting. Doubt becomes treason, nuance becomes weakness. The search for truth becomes a dangerous indulgence, like wandering too far from the village, fires into the dark forest where wolves of uncertainty prowl. You, here, we are. Yet here we are, you and I, gathered in this digital campfire in the show called Adventures into Reality. We have felt the chill of the forest on our skin. We have heard the howls, and we have chosen consciously, courageously, to step away from the warm, narcotic glow of approved narrative and venture into the cold, clear night where stars are visible again. That choice is the first act of rebellion. And rebellion, my friends, is the original human vocation. Let us linger a moment longer in the shadows of indoctrination industry, not to despair, but to understand the depth of the chains we are breaking. Imagine the mind as a vast and fertile garden. In its natural state, it produces a riot of flowers. Curiosity, skepticism, humor, compassion, fierce independence. But the industry arrives with industrial fertilizers and pesticides. It sprays synthetic certainty until the wildflowers wither. If it plants row upon row of identical crops, opinions engineered for maximum yield and maximum variation and minimum variation. Harvest time comes, every election cycle, every crisis, every vital moment. The crop is gathered, bundled, and sold back to the very people who grew it. Now convinced they chose it freely. They consume their standardized thoughts and feel nourished. The gardeners of this system are not evil cartoon villains twirling mustaches. They are often sincere people who believe they are saving the world. That sincerity is the most dangerous ingredient of all. A liar knows he is lying and can be confronted with evidence. A true believer who has swallowed the industry's narratives whole will burn the world down to protect the story they think is reality. And so the cycle perpetuates. Sincere people wielding refined rhetoric to manufacture consent for policies that are consolidate power in fewer and fewer hands. The rivers keep rising, the bridges keep burning, the gardens keep shrinking. But gardens have a secret. Even under concrete, seeds remember how to grow. Even in the darkest winter, roots are gathering strength. Even when every wildflower has been labeled a weed, the soil still knows what freedom feels like. This is where hope lives. This is where you live. You, watching and listening right now, are the seed that refused the pesticide. You are the root pushing against the concrete. You are the question that the algorithm could not delete. You are proof that the indoctrination industry, for all its sophistication, is not omnipotent. Every time you pause a news clip and ask, who benefits from me believing this right now, you crack the mold. Every time you read a primary source instead of a headline, you step outside the garden rows. Every time you talk to someone you've been told is your enemy and discover a human being, you build a bridge the industry cannot burn. These acts feel small. They are not. They are tectonic. Because the industry's power is borrowed. It is borrowed from your attention, your emotion, your compliance. When you withdraw those currencies, the entire edifice begins to sway. So tonight, I do not ask you to rage against the machine. Rage is another crop they harvest. I ask you to do something far more revolutionary. I ask you to remember. Remember the child you were before the stories hardened you. Remember the moment you first sensed that something was off, that these adults were reciting scripts, that the news felt staged, and the outrage tasted artificial. Remember the electric thrill of discovering a forbidden book, a suppressed interview, a primary document that contradicted the official tale. Remember that reality is vaster, wilder, and far more interesting than the narrow corridors the industry permits. Reality is not a partisan football. Reality is truly an adventure. And that's why we're here in Adventures in Reality. It is not a brand, it is a promise that will keep walking deeper into the forest, flashlights in hand, hearts open, minds sharp. We will not settle for the prepackaged narrative. We will not fear the wolves of uncertainty. We will map the terrain ourselves. We will speak poetic truth to engineered power. We will describe the indoctrination industry not with dry analysis, but with the fire of lived awakening. As a glittering web spun across the sky to catch human dreams, as a siren song luring ships onto rocks of false certainty, as halls of mirrors where every reflection flatters the viewer's preferred ideology, as a velvet prison whose walls feel like home. And we will describe freedom the same way. At the moment the web tears at you, seeing stars, and the moment the siren falls silent and you hear your own compass, as the moment you step out of the hall of mirrors and feel sunlight on unfiltered skin, as the moment you realize the prison door was never locked. My friends, the hour is late, but the night is young. The rivers are high, but the source can't be damned. The garden is paved, but seeds are eternal. You are not powerless. You are the power they fear most. The awake mind, the curious heart, the refusal to kneel before narrative. So rise, not in violence, not in despair. Rise in relentless, wonderful curiosity. Rise in stubborn kindness to those who still sleep. Rise in the daily discipline of seeking primary sources, asking forbidden questions, and speaking what you find even when your voice shakes. Rise in the knowledge that every independent thought you cultivate is a wildflower reclaiming the garden. Rise in the certainty, the real certainty, earned through struggle. The truth is not fragile. Truth is bedrock beneath all the engineered stories. Strike it hard enough, and the stories shatter. Tonight, as we go live together into reality, let us make a pact. Let us pledge to be uncomfortable rather than complacent. Let us pledge to be wrong sometimes, joyfully, publicly wrong, because only those willing to be wrong can ever discover they were right about something important. Let us pledge to protect sacred flame of doubt, for doubt is the forge of wisdom. Let us pledge to love truth more than tribe, more than comfort, more than being right. Let us pledge above all to keep adventuring, because the indoctrination industry can't control narratives, but it can control the human spirit. It cannot control the human spirit once it remembers how to fly. You are that spirit. You are that adventure. You are the reality we are stepping into together. To turn off the algorithm's lullaby, close the echo chamber door, take a deep breath of cold, clean air, and walk with me. The forest is dark, but the stars are bright. The path is unmarked, but our footprints become the map for those who follow. And the truth, vast, wild, undomesticated truth, is waiting just beyond the next ridge. Thank you for joining me and those who are choosing this adventure. Let us begin. Oof. That was intense. Oof. Damn. Ooh. Oh, we've got some callers here waiting. Okay, Sarah, you are signaled to unmute.
Oh, wow. How about you?
I don't know. What did you think?
Holy moly. What did I feel is more like
Yeah.
it. There was
What'd
no
you feel?
thinking for me on that one. That was goosebumps. Since
Yeah.
I've been, with you, following you, this adventures into reality just recently is keeps coming more and more viscerally to me because what you have been sharing with me is that we're building this. This is our choice. This is our vision. This is our dream. This are our actions that we're taking. And every choice that we make, every breath that we take, every step, that's
Yeah.
ours. And that's how we build this quote unquote new collective or new earth, new world. And oh, God, oh, just lovely.
Have
Just
you heard the
lovely,
term?
powerful.
Have you heard the term lightning in a bottle?
Yes.
I have captured a lot of lightning in a lot of bottles in the last 6 weeks.
Oh, because last week I didn't get to join, but I did hear the replay and heard you read
Mhm.
that other one out. Oh, Lord, yes,
Mhm.
sir.
That
Whew.
one, there are three versions of the same speech
Mm.
because each one, even though it generally says the same thing, it says it in a different way for a different impact.
Well, you work in layers, so many
Yeah,
different layers. You've
yeah.
got the past, present, future. You've got above, below, and within. Yeah.
Oh,
So how these, yeah, just, and it sounds like you've caught a cold or allergies or something that's stuffing you up. I mean,
yeah. I've got stuffy nose thing going on, so I had to take some medicine to keep my nose from blocking up. It
yeah,
wants to
yeah.
block up even now, but I'm like, no.
Good. No, you did great. Oof.
So
So has that been part go ahead.
this speech has a sister speech, which is tomorrow, which
Mhm.
is specifically about the Epstein files and how it's about to overtake everyone's reality. Think of how bad Three Eye Atlas was for 8.5 months.
Yeah.
Okay. This is going to surpass it times 100.
Well, certainly there's not as many
Okay?
people that are like aware of Three Eye Atlas, what's out there in the cosmos, but right here in front of us on our television, coming at us. Yeah.
Well,
Even my kids are bringing this Epstein stuff
it's a
to
massive
us.
loosh harvesting process.
Yeah, that's what
The
it feels
misery
like.
and the confusion and the divisions that it's creating.
Yeah.
Now, these speeches are connected to each other. They're meant to be experienced because now you understand more in depth about the indoctrination industry.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. And it's indoctrinating, it's gathering people left and right. And in 2023, I did a yeah, 2023 or 2024, I did a 2024. I did a prediction show with David Ellis.
Yeah.
And if anybody's watched that show, 95% of what I've said has come to pass. Not via prophecy, because I said all throughout that show, you do not need to be psychic to see this coming.
Oh, yeah. No,
Okay?
not at all.
I
Yeah.
in that 2024, I said in 18 months, you think it's crazy then, it's going to be 100 times worse. We are I like to use crap references and toilet references.
Yeah.
I want you to all think of this is where we are at right now in this crazy state of fear, world fear. Think of yourself in a car and you got to really go take a shit really bad and you got your butt cheeks bundled and you are driving fast. You pull into their driveway and you know you got to open that car door. And if you open that car door, you might release. You
Mm.
get out that car door, your butt cheeks are burned. You got to open the door and you got to run to the toilet and you are hovering. And that's where we are at right now. Shit hasn't even come out the ass yet. You're just trying to make sure you don't shit yourself. Okay.
That's a
That is
great
where we are
analogy.
at right now. Okay. By July this year, your first explosion will have hit the bull if you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky, okay,
Oh, yeah.
it is going to get so fearfully bad. The Epstein files are going to unhinge the elites. And when I mean unhinge, they are going to activate indoctrination systems, attack systems that they haven't done in a very long time. And many of this shit is going to backfire on them. Okay. And then the stuff that doesn't backfire on them is going to send people into extreme tribalism. I'm the only way that can be right, and anyone else that isn't in my tribe, I'm going to start physically and verbally attacking.
Yeah, that seems to be the flavor.
We've gotten just a glimpse of it of what has gone on in Minneapolis. Just a glimpse.
Hmm.
And those on both sides are following the indoctrination camps. So I talk
Yeah.
to the indoctrination industry right now, because it is truly an industry.
You know, I agree with you that it is an industry. And I think that we are beginning to see the the crust of what you could term as revelations. We keep talking about disclosure,
Uh-huh.
revealing. It is. It's about the truth coming to light. Some cannot handle it, and they will keep doing what they have been doing, in my opinion, is to try to spin this so that they keep coming out on top. However, I think our option right now is maybe for many of us to consider. It's like that scum on a really good pot of chicken soup comes to the top, and we got to scrape that off. And that's what
Hmm.
their spin doctoring will create. And hopefully, or maybe not hopefully, at least for me and mine, we are looking at this and realizing, ooh, you've been doing the same shit for too long, generations, upon generations. You've been selling humans. You've been molesting children. You have been undermining good work in groups of people, all for a small, tiny worship of
It's
an
not that
elite
tiny.
class.
It's not that tiny. And that's one of
Well,
the darkest underbellies that's about to revealed. It's not that tiny.
I'm making them tiny in my
Yeah,
own
right.
mind.
Because it's easier for you to contemplate it being tiny
Absolutely.
versus being
Absolutely.
10 to 12% of the world population, maybe more.
I can agree with that as a truth, but I'm going to keep shrinking them down in my own mind.
Okay.
I'm going to make them as irrelevant in my world as I possibly can.
And as more truth comes out and the more reality comes out, not just from the Epstein papers, but from the various wars that are happening and coming to an end, as the atrocities and indecencies that were done in the name of profit over war, because that's also in the Epstein files. At the time, see, next week we are going back to the moon.
Okay, no, really?
Yeah, guess what?
Oh, how about
They've been
that?
planning this for a year, almost 3 years now, and yet it's almost nowhere in any media or any social media or podcasts. Sean Ryan had the head of the acting head of NASA on there 3 months ago. Yeah, we're going back to the moon.
Well, one, it's
And
about
yet it's
time.
not a front page story anywhere.
I have not heard, this is the first that I have heard about it,
Yeah.
Andrew.
They're on the launch pad right now, waiting for their window, their actual launch window. They'll be launching, I think the 15th,
Huh.
15th or the
Okay.
18th. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
The
Artemis
15th or the
3.
18th? Well, okay.
I I don't remember exactly the day, but it's this month now.
I'll look into that one
Yeah.
and check that out and see, because yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff that's going to be happening out there in our lovely cosmos, planetary alignments, etc., right around the
The
17th.
planetary alignments are simply going to amplify the crazy that I've talked about.
Oh, fully, fully, fully.
Okay.
Yes,
Do you
that's
remember
all.
the 2014 the Grand Cross that sent
Yes.
everybody crazy? And that's when the young workers were still young and dumb and full of cum. Okay,
Yeah.
they still had
Yep.
loads to blow before there was nothing left. They're the drained out people that they are now. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
this
Yes.
is going to make that look like child's play, and it's because our people, our humanity, isn't using the self-help skills that they should have been taught at a very young age. They don't have them as tool sets. Stress and anxiety management. They don't have advance any form of mediocre concept of how prayer or faith can bring balance. They're
Agreed.
indoctrinated into a religious political system
Yes.
versus truly a religious healing system.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we have
Yes.
a whole world that is out of money and broken governments, broken immigration, broken all the trust in the industries are broken. Trust in government has never been lower in human history.
Agreed. Even my kids today come up and go, the United States is like the laughing stock of the world right now. And
No, it's
I'm
not
like,
the laughing stock of the
well,
world. It
that's
isn't, and that's what
interesting.
the indoctrination camp wants you to think.
Exactly. And that's what the media and the
Right?
snippets have been sharing with them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right
So
now,
those,
it comes down. America is going through the crucible of change,
yes,
the eye of the needle, the dark night of the nation's soul. Okay,
yes,
and we will be an example of the terrible stuff we have to go through that all of Europe and all of the Asian countries separate of China. China has own its own shedding off of the manipulation and control there that is going to be far more challenging for those people versus what is us. Okay, because China, it's open. They already know about organ harvesting and child. Everybody knows that exists. They've known for hundreds of years that the world is like that. Here we've been living under the rocks with our head in the sand, thinking that Lady Justice will finally bring justice for all. No, there hasn't been justice in our world and our American world for a very long time. The elites do not get prosecuted, and if they do, they
agreed,
get off without having to ever admit they did anything wrong and just pay a
agreed,
fine.
agreed.
Okay,
Yes, it's stomach turning. Yes. Mm-hmm.
but it also says who we put in office.
Yep.
Okay, our votes don't really mean anything.
Oh, does that not frustrate you?
Sure, but did this vote that brought in Trump into office mean something? Is this the first vote that meant something? They tried to steal that
Uh,
election.
yes, they
Okay, they tried
did.
to kill him before he got in office twice.
Hmm.
He's the president, but does not have the power to make investigations work because the entire internal apparatus is vying for its own power and control. And it's not about their left or their right or their deep state or not. They all want their power and they don't want to let go of it. And Trump is threatening all the people who wield power in the internals of the government and have jobs they can't be fired from.
Exactly. They've been treating the office as, oh, well, it's just a temp employee. He's only going to be here for 4 years, maybe
No,
8.
30 years and collect your pension and never do anything in 30 years.
For the long termers,
Yeah.
yes, but for the
Yeah.
office of the president, that's a 4-year gig, maybe 8 if you're lucky.
Yeah.
So
And
they don't have the power, at
that's right.
least, but he seems to not care about that, in my opinion.
No, he does. He really does.
Uh,
Because he wants to get things done, and you need
yes.
a government flywheel that turns, not resists. Example, back to the Epstein files.
Yeah.
Trump actually never campaigned on releasing the Epstein files. It was all his surrogates that did.
Fair enough.
Okay?
I agree. I
And the
agree.
people that he put into office did. He knew because he was a whistleblower on Jeffrey Epstein from the very beginning and
Mhm.
approved it in the files. He knows what's in there. He
Yes, and
knows it will destabilize governments, cause stock markets to crash, cause heads of companies to leave, which it has. Okay. I truly believe think that the crash in Bitcoin that you're seeing right now are all the elites cashing out and trying to get their money before their names and connections show up in these Epstein files.
it, in my opinion, that was the whole reason that he was not making a big, super big push over getting everything released. It had nothing to do with him and what his name has to be in the files, but for everybody else. Just like how he did not go after Hillary.
Oh, no, he wanted to go after Hillary, but he realized she was truly untouchable. Truly untouchable. Basically, if he had gone after Hillary, he would have had to sacrifice Barron Trump, his own son. That's what would have happened. They'd have taken out one of his kids.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
Okay. Now, the next thing, the child sex trafficking ring, that's not even the worst of what's going on. Jeffrey Epstein ran a eugenics program, and Ghislaine Maxwell did the genetic testing for all the rich and elite who are looking for people to have eugenics-based birth with women or men giving seed to make genetically engineered children. That's what Zorro Ranch was.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
That's new to me. Those are new words.
No, that's
that
been
ranch. I
known.
never heard about that.
Listen, that's been known for a long time. It's just been so, the sex trafficking stuff has been so upfront, it's easily overlooked. If you don't know what eugenics is, go and look it up. Selective breeding, genetic engineering, before the womb, in the womb, and after the womb to make smarter, stronger, more capable human beings.
I know there's a lot of folks that I have had conversations with in regards to that, and they have the opinion of why not?
Okay?
I'm
What?
not of that ilk.
Okay. If the FBI actually was a real investigative group and not the what it is now, I mean, it's not to shit on Kash Patel, but a very small percentage of the FBI is actually doing what it's supposed to do.
That's my
Your
feeling
ranch
as
should have
well.
been investigated in 2009. They would have found thousands of bodies buried all over the ranch. Okay? From
But
the
did they
genetic
have the
testing
means
reject.
and the ways to do that?
Listen, they have LiDAR can be done from airplanes that could find the mass graves.
But who's going to sign off on that? Yes,
No
go ahead,
one.
use that
No
airplane.
one. No
Yes,
one
go
is.
ahead.
Right.
No,
No one is.
absolutely.
No one is.
That's what I'm talking about.
And this is what is going to melt the next group of people watching this story. Between now and July, the shitstorm is going to increase and increase. And then there's going to be all these other noisy stories of indoctrination, followed by conspiracies coming true, followed by Trump is about to give us the really big fucked up psyop is Trump is preparing his speech for a UFO. He's going to talk about UFOs. No, he's not. That's something that was repeated from when he got in office this year. Okay. It's just another regurgitated story. Trump has no intention this year revealing anything to do with UFOs. Maybe late 2027, 2028, there could be the social media hints at it. There could be a concept. There needs to be many more congressional hearings, and the news media, the mainstream media, is not going to cover it. If he talks about it and the news media does not amplify it for months in a row, the story goes nowhere.
Agreed. And how are they going to spin that? I mean,
Which is
The
which
whole
is
thing we've been told
right.
for decades is that we cannot speak about that because we'll have a worldwide panic, which is BS.
Mhm.
I mean,
Well,
the
no, there'll be a
majority.
lot of people who don't show up to work the next day.
So what?
Well, what if those people could do your power or your water or your groceries?
We already went through 2020 and everybody had to stay home.
That was a pandemic. That wasn't social upheaval from admission that there are non-human intelligence interacting with our world for centuries or thousands of years. Big difference.
Do you really think that people will just lose their shit? Because we've had
No,
so much
I think that they will
sci-fi.
stop. I think they will stop being responsible and
Oh,
stick in front of the TV, waiting for the next story, looking on their social media for the next story. They will become irresponsible.
now
Okay?
that's something I didn't consider.
Yes. Okay? And
Because
irresponsibilities like I'm not going to go to work today. I'm going to go and sit at church because I don't know what the fuck is going on. Because
got
for
it.
them, church is the only place that they can go, or I'm just going to go sit at the park and eat a hot dog.
Yep. Well,
Okay?
they're here. We're going to wait till they come down and shake our hands. Until then, I'm
No,
going to
not
do
even that.
nothing.
They're going to wait for the next authority figure to give the next authority speech for them to find what? A sense of stability and not chaos.
Mm,
Okay, a global lack of irresponsibility.
I see what you're saying. I
Okay?
see what you're saying. Yeah, I'll consider that. So before that can come to pass, though, or even up for consideration, in my opinion, we still have to clear out all of this muck and filth that's still hanging out.
Right.
And
Which
that
is why
has
there's
to
not
be,
going to be UFO
yeah. No, that's
disclosure
lower
this
down on
this
the,
year at all.
yeah, no, it's
We
down
are
on the
we
totem
the
pole.
shitstorm is going to be spreading everywhere, and we've got a lot of personal cleanup to do individually, and
Yes.
not as an uncollective, not as a collective. We're nowhere near ready to be a collective.
No,
We
no,
haven't
no, no.
really dismantled the indoctrination systems yet, and we don't have a news media that can be unbiased.
Correct.
Okay. When Paramount Studios got CBS News and Barry Weiss took over and all the screeching people were saying one thing or another, what it said is all three news channels are not going to be pro one side. Okay. That's huge.
Oh, no.
Okay. And now with Paramount wanting to take over, um, what is it? HBO, not HBO, Warner Brothers, which owns CNN. That would mean another news system that they're not going to just fire everyone at CNN. That's not going to happen. They're going to slowly take them from extreme left just plain center, not center left, just plain center. And they're going to do it over a period of 2 or 3 years. Okay.
Do you think that's a problem? Or is that a
No,
benefit
I
for
think
it to
that
come to
you
center?
need to use that as a timeline of understanding of where we're at until like because the indoctrination systems need the medias to all tell one story.
And so by going to center, instead of splitting it into two, it
You have a
creates.
different counter unindoctrinating of people, okay, or indoctrinating them to more centristic plus perceptive,
That's
or
going to be
it helps them
interesting.
break the silos and echo chambers that they have.
That sounds good to me. However, I'm not sure
Except
that
it's
the
on a
folks that are,
timeline that is snail pace slow. And
well,
that's what people have to understand. Where we are at in the great remembering before the awakening, we have to remember our strength and power and do something with it so that as the global awakening happens, individually, you are ready to do something personally for yourself and your personal growth.
yes, since the time of okay, hear me out and correct me
Mhm.
where you think I'm wrong. But since the time of the flood, when we were all just, oh my gosh, okay, we're going to step into the boat, life is ending. And if we don't get on the boat and follow the leader, then we're screwed. And then once we got out of the boat and onto dry land, then we were still following the leader. And we didn't get to the point for quite some time
Yeah,
that we could stand on our own 2 feet.
a leader that lived thousands of years where everyone else that he was leading lived 60, 70, or 80 years. Big thing to understand.
Okay.
Moses lived 1,300 years or 1,500 years. He was not a young little pup.
Okay.
Big thing to understand.
That is a big thing to understand. So generationally, we're kept told that you got to follow the leader. And then we got shifted, at least for my generation, the big shift was you've got to go to college or you're nothing.
The indoctrination camp, which are the indoctrination camps.
And you had 2 choices, really. You can become a doctor, or you can become a lawyer, or you're nothing.
Oh.
And everything that supported all of that became a shit job. And becoming a mother, oh my Lord, that's just downright shameful if you want to stay home and raise your children, the next generation. That became
the breaking
shameful.
down of the human family, which is part of transhumanism in the globalist way. You take out the core family, and children can be indoctrinated at a young age, and you don't need mothers and fathers. You just need indoctrination camps.
Exactly. And that is the results that we are living now.
As an industry of indoctrination.
Industry, and they're making money off of it, as well as harvesting the loosh over it, because we get so emotionally charged.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Darling, let you go. I got a bunch of other calls.
Yeah. No, super. Thank you. Great speech. Thanks.
Okay, thanks. All right, Elena, you are next. Signal to unmute.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Definitely tired, but living the dream. Trying to find my own dream in this chaos.
Were you able to hear the speech that I did?
Just now?
Yeah.
Yes, I was.
What did you think of it?
Honestly, it gave me a lot of peace. It just helps because you just feel so overwhelmed. And I'm living in DC, so I feel like I'm still living inside of
center of the pit of vipers.
Yeah, literally. You feel it. Like, it's crazy. So it just provides kind of an understanding and just honestly made me feel better about the life choices I've been making and the journey that I'm on, and doing what I can and working on myself and how am I going to nurture myself through this world and through the chaos, and be able to have enough peace within myself and be able to hopefully share that outside of myself, and beyond that, there's always something to look at.
So how's DC been treating you?
So I've thought a lot since last time we talked. You really pushed me, as always, on like, what is it about DC? And so I think it's just a lot of the past. I've come like a lot of just old stuff, and also it's just a pretty dense place. I do. It really is, like, you really do. There's a difference. Like, whenever I leave, I'm like, oh, whoa, okay. But I have to say, I've found like a peace with it. Like, I feel like this really is the right place. I've basically taking a first year writing law class because it's just been so long and I need the basics. So I'm like, plus I'm working, but I'm finally feeling a little bit more confident and seeing the purpose of DC. I'm living in my brother's living room, but it's not ideal, but it's what I need. Like, I literally the last 2 days have worked for 12 hours straight. And I've gotten so much done, and I'm getting better, and I'm learning, and I'm taking on, more cases and more things. And in the big picture, I see its purpose. And I also know, like you said, you were like, the clock is already ticking. And that was also a helpful reframe, and allowed me to kind of just be like, okay, how can I find peace with this and actually make the most of it?
And then discovering how do you make peace with the social life there because you grew up there.
Yeah.
Okay. I think those are two avenues of personal exploration. Yeah, you're working overtime, you're working hard, but how can you find peace with the social life there and not feel like you're falling back to old patterns?
Yeah. I have been social, but not necessarily with people in DC since it's so cold and there's just DC is like they didn't really plow the streets. Like there's just like blocks of ice everywhere. It's just been kind of
Mhm.
chaotic. But I have seen people, but I haven't necessarily rebuilt. Like I saw a lot of people during Christmas to rebuild connection. But I've been just like honestly, it's like I'm in bar prep, but like way better because I'm not, and like I passed the bar.
Mhm. So what you got to do is decide one night every 2 or 3 weeks where you try to be the organizer to get people to come over and make a potluck and play board games
Okay.
or go someplace and do something like bowling or darts,
I was thinking
something
about
that,
figure
yeah.
skating. Yeah, I was thinking about going
Figure
taking myself
skating
figure
too,
skating.
ice skating,
Yeah, yeah.
rollerblading, yeah.
Ice skating. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was on my list. Okay, okay. I can definitely do that. And I've been communicating. Like I've been reaching out to friends and talking to people, but I haven't. I can definitely take it to the next level and like because everything feels very temporary, and so it's like, how do I find peace in that? But I feel like I learned so much from my bar journey. Like I can just
Sure.
look to like so many tools that I use that help me just manage like really
So I think
into
I know I talked about this privately with you a number of times about asking for help and getting yourself the finan if people are offering financial help to
well,
get the
yeah.
financial help and to visit those other places, but also to use it to get your own place.
Well, I think the thing is, yeah. I mean, I think the thing is that I'm torn with DC with that. I don't want to sign a lease
Why?
somewhere because it feels like it just like locks me in somewhere.
No, it doesn't.
And I
No, it
just
does. No, it doesn't.
I don't know if I want to sign a lease in DC. I haven't really explored anything outside of
So
it.
now you are Miss Waffles.
Yeah. Well, I'm okay with it in this moment.
No, you're not. Don't lie to me.
I
Okay,
mean, I'm
you're not.
making do with what I have right now, which is I'm
No.
living
Let's
in my,
let's let's give the reality. You are living in the living room of your brother that used to be your apartment that you lived a whole life in.
yeah,
Okay, come on.
yeah, yeah.
For people out there, she used to be in the apartment. When she went to Georgia, she gave it to her brother, and now she's living in the living room of her own apartment she lived a whole life in. You're not okay with it. Okay?
Yeah,
You're not okay with it.
yeah. It's not ideal, but
No, it's no. It's doing more internal challenging than you're ready for. I'm not
yeah,
going to say it's causing you to get fucked up, challenging you over and over again. You need your independence.
yeah.
Okay? And you can't continue this waffling anymore. Find a lease that has an out in it. And you tell the person, I may get a job somewhere else and I need a 3 month cancellation on a lease. You know how to negotiate. Come on.
So you think I should, I mean, for sure, you think I should kind of settle a little bit more in DC, I mean, than I
You
am now?
need your own place. You need to be able to walk around naked after a shower if you want to.
I mean, my brother isn't here. Like he's not here. He's been in and out. So he's like, I have
Well,
it. I am by myself. Like I do have this space, and that feels very good. But it is obviously
not
not myself. It's in a storage unit
right. Get your shit out of the storage unit. Get your shit around you. Make it feel like a home. Okay?
in DC.
It's okay. You can get up and move again. That's going to be a big thing for you as you are solidifying a career. There might be a job that takes you to Arizona or California or Washington or Wyoming. Listen, you're at a state in your career you could be very mobile or not. Just
Yeah.
negotiate a lease contract that has a way for you to get out of it with a minimal payment or whatever, or allows you to sublet to
I
someone.
haven't looked. Like I haven't looked. There's a lot of subleasing. It's a very transient city. I mean,
Right.
you're right. Like this is
Especially
the best I can do. It's better than sleep. I mean, and I'm sleeping on this like pull. It's better than sleeping on my childhood bed. That's like what I've come down to. I mean, it's just
right. You need to
funny.
get off
It's
the
funny.
childhood bed. Come on.
I am out of it. I'm in my brother's. That's why I left my that's my parents.
Right. But
I
you gotta
upgraded.
yeah. You
But no,
still
I
got to
mean
get
it.
your own stuff. Need your own space, your own way, because you just need it, and I cannot
No, it was definitely
implore that
jolting
enough to you.
coming back to DC after living by myself, doing what it was the biggest, not like slap, but just like I was just like no personal space, completely like my whole I couldn't do one thing without everyone asking where I'm going, I mean, it was just like
Right.
all of a sudden my dad was like, I'm so worried about you driving. I was like, what? I drive every day. It's just like
Right.
being with family. It was honestly hilarious. It
It
was a
shows how
shock
much
to the
they love
system.
you.
I feel
Okay.
yeah. Oh, and the fact that they let me just like come back and just stay in their space and invade their space, I'm very taken care of in that, and I am really. That's why I'm really trying to put my head down. I mean, I can do that. I'm good at that. I'm trying to not be so extreme with it, and balance as always. Like that was
Mhm.
really such a huge lesson in the last journey. But really put my head down and grind my way a little bit. Right now to get myself to a place where I'm feeling more confident. Like the attorney is this. I'm confident in some things, but obviously not in there's a huge growth of confidence that I feel, and right now being and like kind of living in transiently with my family feels like I'm in a little cocoon and allowing me to kind of just like my brother set me up on his little desk. I have a monitor and I'm just like really learning like all the things I need to do to be able to like be writing at the level and be able to like have clients. So I see it like that, but I guess yeah.
You need to step up on getting your own place. Okay. And you're only going to see it with hindsight. What's resisting in you from getting your own place? Because that first few days when you're finally, it's my place, I can feel the changed me who passed the bar, who's growing into this new career path. That I'm not sleeping on my childhood bed. I'm not on my brother's couch and an apartment that used to be mine.
Yeah.
Okay? Your
I
real
am.
identity is going to come through again.
Say that again.
Your real identity, the modern identity, the
Yeah.
one who studied and passed for the bar, that went through the love challenges all through that and didn't let it destroy you.
Yeah.
Okay?
I have glimmers of that. I am starting to really feel that. Obviously, like it's just little moments, but I really do feel what I did and the choices that I made, and they were the best. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so happy. Even if I'm living and I don't really have a home, I own my car. That's the only thing to my name, really, and my laptop.
You're laughing at it, but that's creating friction inside you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? You need that fiercely independent space and person in you.
Yeah, and I gave that up to come home for the career,
No,
I guess.
you gave it up temporarily because I had said you ask for financial assistance so you don't have to wallow in what you're wallowing in now.
Yeah.
Okay, it was being offered to you. You didn't really take it, did you?
Well, I mean, me staying here is them,
No,
helping
asking
me.
for money that they were offering to start your career off so you could come back and get a place. But since you didn't want to invest into DC, you just decided to wallow on what was being offered to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So put it to your journal. The part of you that doesn't want to sign a lease, even though you are a lawyer who can negotiate a contract. Come on. You don't think you can negotiate with somebody rents apartments?
No, for sure. No, like that's
You don't have confidence in your negotiating skills?
no, I do. I'm
Come
growing. The
on,
confidence is definitely
negotiate.
growing. It's
Uh-huh.
definitely growing. Um,
Okay, then you
yeah,
should
I
be
guess
able,
I gotta
no
look back
problem,
again. I mean, like,
to go to somebody that rent.
say again.
Yeah, you do got to look back
I
again.
do gotta look because, like,
You got to
I feel
find that
okay
fiercely.
temporarily here, but like, I guess when I think about signing a lease, I'm like, oof.
See, there's a part of you who thinks you signed your lease, you're selling your soul to DC. You're
Yeah,
not. You're
because it's
just
just
making
it's
sure
hard
that
to live here. Like the job is good and like it's growing and there's a lot of opportunity for growth here for me and like a lot of like money to be made and all these things. But I also just like really like also had the public defender living warmer climate, different environment, all of that.
Sure, but once again, signing a lease does not mean you sell your soul to DC. Signing a lease guarantees the fiercely independent person in you can grow and also says that you can move on a dime if you have to, because it's really about the fiercely independent you having your fiercely independent space to
Wow.
be truly fiercely independent in.
Okay, yeah, that got through to me. Yeah, fiercely
Okay.
independent. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, fuck. Wow, it's crazy. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're
fair
not
enough.
selling your soul to DC. You are buying into the fiercely independent person who needs her own space.
I'm investing in myself.
Yes.
So it's
Okay.
crazy how I couldn't even see it like that.
It's
I'm
okay.
like, this is fine. Yeah.
I have a way of seeing people's counter reflections and reflections and avoidances. It's just part of what I do.
Yeah, no, it's true. And I mean, the even just having nobody around me, like my ability to work, like I just everything's been so chaotic. It's been hard to follow all the thousands of legal and medical documents I need to understand.
Right.
And I've been making more errors than I think I normally would if I had my own space and my own, kind of like I did for the bar. I just like
Exactly.
ran away and just did it on my
Exactly.
own.
You're making mistakes you shouldn't because you don't have your
Yeah.
fiercely independent
No,
space.
I've been making, yeah, because I already naturally am inclined to like miss those things, let alone. So that's definitely, yeah, I definitely see that. Wow.
Okay, make that happen. Don't let don't let that continue and continue and continue. Put it on your to be done list.
Okay. I will look at what is available. I haven't looked. I literally have not looked.
The next thing is the fiercely independent woman in the fiercely independent journey of becoming a lawyer with the job that you have now, who's going to require in a fiercely independent love life. Okay?
Yeah.
At some point, you're going to have to look at that.
I
You
mean,
have needs as a
I
woman.
am still kind of seeing, and we're not together. We are absolutely not together, but I am still, it's not like anything real. It's just like a temporary situation, Chip.
The guy in Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't have a booty call when you need it, and you had one
He did
hell of
he
a
did
week.
fly to come see me.
Okay, okay, but still, okay, you you need something local,
You're
okay?
right. Fuck. I mean, okay. I guess it's the same thing with the apartment.
Yes, okay, yes, the same thing.
I know, but like you
Okay?
said, I'm not going on the apps. I'm never going back on the apps.
Never go on the apps.
I'm never going on the apps again, ever.
Yeah, ever, ever, ever. Okay,
It's
you
not
got
enough.
needs.
I feel like it's fine. It's not. It's not.
Is it really?
I mean, I'm busy enough that like once it's fine every couple weeks, like, I mean,
Okay.
I'm on bar prep. It really feels like bar prep, especially with the writing course. Now that I created a plan and really saw where my gaps were, and really like I've never wanted it more. Like I see
Yeah.
so clearly what I want,
But you got
And
to understand something. You suppressed your sexuality in a positive way during your bar prep because of your love for the other person who wasn't
right,
showing love back. Okay?
right.
This is not the positive suppression of love of your
But also
internal love force.
the
Right.
distraction that any and I see that now. Like I actually the other day, I literally was like, wow, I could have not handled this. I
Yeah.
could have not. I needed nothing. Like that was
Right.
whatever I experienced was exactly with the amount I could have handled. I could not have
Right.
handled anything else that would have completely thrown me off.
Right.
Yeah,
So in
I really see
Georgia,
that
you had a
now.
positive suppression of your female needs.
Yeah,
Okay. Because you knew you were chasing somebody who you had a deep love for, but that didn't
yeah.
work out previously, and you thought it was going to work out, and you did so much change personally in the bar, etc. That was positive re in suppression of their sexuality, but you reinvested it into your personal growth.
Yes,
Okay.
100%.
You're not reinvesting it into your personal growth now.
Is it just because I've changed, or is just because it's just
No, because it's not bar prep. It's at a job. It's
yeah.
different. Okay. Can you find a new positive way to suppress your sexuality and transform and transmute it into personal change? The answer is yes. You just can't do it in the space that you're in. You need that fiercely independent space to figure out what does my divine femininity look like today?
Mm.
Okay?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's
Some
yeah,
days
it's
it's got
def
makeup on, some days it doesn't. Some days it's in sweatpants, the entire sweatpants and t-shirt. Other times it's at the gym working its ass off.
yeah. Wow.
And the cold is going to break, and spring is going to come, and DC is going to look different once spring hits.
Very, very true.
Okay.
That's why right now I'm content with like just like I go to the gym and that is the store and that is literally like, and then I'm just working on
Isn't that
be
sad?
but I'm working on being an attorney. I honestly I know it sounds sad, but like I know I'm not in bar prep, but I feel like I have to kind of put kind of the pedal to the metal now that I really see the writing is a gap. And I know we said it's a journey and it is, but
Sure.
I have to like put in the effort a little bit
Sure.
right now, a little extra to kind of get like, I mean, I'm like going over like, sentence components, adverbs, like active verbs, like canceling out ever using adverbs ever again in my writing, the Oxford comma, all the, basic
Hmm.
101. That's
Right.
temporary. And I also feel like winter's a good time for me to just be like, all right, let's just lock in, learn everything I can about worker comp, actually like, be more confident and start doing things on my own at the firm, being like, I found this is what I think we should do. I researched this, like presenting shit, owning more shit, just feeling
Which is
so.
more reason I came out of you, meaning you need your own space. So that the I has its full empowerment. Do not
Okay.
let yourself continue to think a lease will stop you from getting a job anywhere else when you're done with the workman comp job you got now.
Okay.
You can drop a dime and leave. Come on.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You're right. But I did before.
Right.
Okay. Okay. I need to like recognize my own power and movement. Yeah. Cause I feel the next thing and like I see where I'm like, the next mountain, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a totally different person.
Sure.
So I feel
And
like
you're
even
about
though
and,
it's sad that
and
I'm in this apartment and all these things, and I'm working, I know I'm doing hyperbarics at least once a month. Like I'm, bringing back my practice more regularly. I'm going to do the floats again. Like I'm trying to integrate some of those things, like the breath work. I love my gym. I'm going, I love my bodybuilding. So that's always
Mhm.
never not a thing. I'm eating my, all my foods. I'm sleeping. I
Okay.
have, the man come and visit me sometimes, I thought I was doing well.
Okay. Now the next thing for you to start considering here is, at some point you're really going to have to make a big wardrobe change.
Yeah.
Okay. You are working from home, correct?
Yeah.
Is there any way for you to go in the office at all, or do they
There
only
is
want you
there is an
working?
office, but like the firm is so small that most of us all work from home. But I do go to like as many like depositions and hearings that I can, and any in
Right.
person.
You need to start thinking about smart lawyer clothing.
Okay, I have been getting some like slowly starting to collect stuff, and even stuff I can do like comfortable, but uh boss.
How are you looking at vintage clothing, professional women's clothing?
Like, you mean finding stuff?
Yeah.
I haven't ever really. I mean, I haven't done that in a long time. But
You got to have a girlfriend somewhere that can you
yeah, no,
can
I
go out. Yeah.
yeah, my best
And go
friend.
to
Yeah.
some of the vintage clothing shops and look for the business clothing,
Okay.
vintage business clothing. Okay. And then you might be able to get someone to get a pattern off of it and tailor it for you so that you can create your own style,
Ooh.
unique to you,
Right.
that amplifies what you want to be amplified in the look you're presenting.
Okay. I
Okay.
like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Versus going and buying a $5,000 suit off the shelf.
Right.
Okay. And you're going to look like everyone else buying the same $5,000 suit
Right. No, no.
when you could just pattern make it for like $700.
Yeah. I see
Okay.
that. Definitely. Clothes
And
being
it'd
very
be better
important.
quality. It'll be better quality material, etc. And
Yeah.
it'll be amplifying what you want them to see.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. I mean, you do a lot of exercise, meaning you have muscles and shoulders,
Mm.
and you're not a dainty frame.
No, I'm not. No, I am not. I am dense.
Okay.
No, I am not. I
And do
am.
you want your breasts to be poked out everywhere you go like torpedo tits, or do you want them to be more softened?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's something you got to start putting significant effort into.
Yeah.
Okay. So that by the end of this year, you have your office style.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm hoping by the end of this year I'll be like trial, getting to be like a trial ready, attorney.
Sure. I
That's the
think that's
goal.
all within possibility.
I think so too. I think so too. But that's where I really gotta like get my writing and just the tools to get, because like these tools didn't exist when I was in law school. There are infinite tools. Everything is here to help me fix my errors. It's
Right.
amazing. I'm blown away. I have like 50 different things I can use
Mm-hmm.
at my disposal
Mm-hmm.
without needing another person.
Right. And AI is advancing so fast. AI personal assistants are going to be widely available in the next month. And it's a matter, do you want to adopt one or not?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay? Do you want it as part of your life? And if you
Oh
don't,
wow.
it's fine. You don't, it's fine. It is an inevitability coming to our future, though.
Yeah.
Okay?
We use
An
a lot of AI
inevitability.
we use a lot of AI at the firm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Do you want your own open claw assistant, personal assistant? The one that see you get up in the morning, it sums up what's on your calendar on your day. It makes appointments for you. Okay? It's your own personal assistant.
Oh, wow. That's crazy to think.
You call and schedule hyperbarics, massages, and floats for you.
Wow,
Can
that
do
would be
all that for
amazing.
you.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Do you want to incorporate that into your life? You just have to make a choice about that. And
Yeah.
if you do, and if you decide to, you got to spend the uncomfortable time training it
Yeah.
so that it doesn't do weird shit.
That part, yeah.
Okay.
How many times did AI? No, that is not what I said.
Right. There are people giving their AI a credit card that has like a $600 or $700 limit, and they're telling it to buy shit for people.
Wow.
My wife needs a gift. Go on, look at her history, find out what she wants as a gift, buy it and send it to her.
Wow, that's impressive.
Right. And then there are other ones that are, just texting random family members to stay in touch with them because it's noticing you're not talking to random family members anymore.
What? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Okay. So decide how AI is going to work for you.
Okay.
And when you're ready to pull the trigger, pull the trigger. And if you don't, it's fine. Okay. Just know it's an inevitability coming for everyone that's in a professional workforce.
Yeah. Wow.
You can either make the rollout comfortable for you or awkward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Okay. Spring is coming.
Yeah.
What does DC offer when spring hits?
Ugh, be able to go outside. It's the best. Spring and fall are the best times. There's the cherry blossoms. It's not
Mm-hmm.
humid. It's beautiful.
Okay. Can you take your work to a park and work from there?
Yeah, I could.
Okay.
Where my
Actually be
computer.
out in nature instead of under the roof in the darkness of your own of some place that isn't yours.
Yeah.
Versus the
Yes.
darkness of a place that is yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely. It just opens more. And like I finally quit smoking cigarettes. Loved
Okay.
them all the way to the end. But now I'm starting to
Okay.
run. So I'm hoping to start running outside. Just like adding again, you've taught me variety. Variety,
Yes.
variety, variety. So I've even in my workouts, like obviously my main workouts are the same, but like I've been, running more and I want to for the first time actually I've never really run outside. Um and I'll be able to do that once it gets warmer. So that's definitely something I'm looking forward to doing in the spring.
And then what else does the spring offer?
Um
Friendships. Getting out and doing stuff.
Say that again?
Friendships.
Yes,
People aren't
yes, yes.
locked in their
Just
winter
seeing people,
bubble.
just being
Seeing
outside, being yeah.
people.
I do
Yeah.
know a lot of people in DC. I
Okay.
really do. I really do know a lot of people.
Okay. And that's a faster way to get yourself more career
It is. I
oriented.
do know a lot of lawyers.
Networking.
Yeah. And that's
Okay.
even yeah.
Network.
Yeah. Yes,
You
yes.
got
I
to
will definitely
re-engage.
be.
You got to re-engage that networker in you.
Yes, yes. Definitely. I definitely see that, especially after I've just been hibernating for so long. And just getting out more and doing more things. No, that definitely I definitely see that. And even today I like looked at when the sun was gonna set and I was like, look at that. 5:42 where it's starting. I was like, it's going the
Okay.
other way. It began. So
All right,
um
darling. I gotta let you go and move on to another caller. It's great
thank you
talking to you
so
again.
much. Appreciate it as
You're
always.
welcome. All right. Mate, you are next. Signal to unmute. Mate.
Hey, Andrew.
How's it going today?
Dropping off my last file literally in 30 seconds. Let me drop this off and get back to you in like 2, 3 minutes. Is that okay?
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay, take your
Yeah,
time. I'll go on and talk to someone else for a minute here.
that's fine. I
All right.
appreciate it.
All right,
I'll be back.
Lambda. Yeah, Lambda, are you there? Signal to unmute.
Did it.
How's it going, DA?
Well, it's going pretty good. Your speech has inspired me to write my own.
Ooh. What about the speech inspired you?
I noticed that you've been talking a lot about the trees, the birch trees, the planting of the pine tree, and the thing that you wrote on your X as well, about the
Yep.
garden. So hearing that, I kind of tried to link it all together in like one little quote tree thing. May I speak it?
Sure, go ahead.
Let us take the adventure. Let us play our songs, even if we make horrid screeching. We may stumble, we may trip, we may fall flat on our faces. But it matters that we keep making our strides into adventuring, into reality. The seeds that are The seeds that are not alone. Ugh. The seeds are. The seeds are not alone under the soil. There's an entire network of mushrooms waiting for us to help us grow. So we may plant our roots to become the forest of birch trees of peace we know all of us can be. All we need is one drop of water and the choice to grow. And even we, the plants, can break concrete. All it takes is a little water and choice to grow. And that's about it.
That's really beautiful.
It's
That's
not
really
as
beautiful.
phonetic
And
as I
then
wanted to be,
the,
but
the whole mushroom network is the mycelial network of interconnectivity.
mm-hmm.
That's big thinking. That's big thinking right there.
And it simulates how seeds grow in real life. So I was
Right?
wondering, what is the water? We know what the choice is to grow, but what is the water that activates the seed? Hello? Did
Sorry,
Zoom crash?
no, I was muted. The water is our willpower expressed to not follow the indoctrination system.
Mm.
The water is the will, and the will is what activates the seed's genetic epigenetic memory to grow, to not be a weed, but to be something that has fruitful energies for everyone.
Mm. And another topic about seeds. What about the biomass, the slime molds, and the helpful molds?
What about them?
Well, how would they help the seed grow?
It's what makes the dirt have nitrogen, phosphates, all the building blocks for it to grow. It is the slime molds and other stuff that tend the soil to have the right nutrients in it, as well
Mm-hmm.
as it is the molds and that whole community that breaks down the dirt for the worms and bugs to come through and lay their seeds and eggs and to create a vast network of organisms that keep the dirt alive.
Mm. Do you remember the speech that you gave about the birch trees and how we do not sway or do not break under the
Yeah.
winds of? Do you mind expanding what you mean by the birch trees or the forest of birch trees?
So birch is a very flexible tree.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing to understand. And it has bark that can be extremely water resistant planks that people could use to build roofs with. Birch bark can also be dried out and made into a very powerful kindling. Now, the birch tree itself, when it sways and moves but does not break, is the representation of what it takes to be strong in the storm of chaos. Okay? It's like the idea of a person getting into a car crash. If they are drunk, their body is loose versus a person who's not drunk and gets into a car crash and their body is solid and takes the hit completely. The birch tree can be free to be moved around and whipped around, but is elastic enough to come back and not break.
That kind of implies how we should be elastic but not break.
Correct. Especially when the winds of chaos are howling outside.
Mm. What about the other trees like the oak or willow?
Well, it's all different qualities. The oak is the standing hard and strong, but it can get rotted from within. The willow tree's roots spread out very wide, and it gives it deep grip to the ground, and it grows very fast. And it must be able to whip around, and when its branches fall, they rapidly regrow. Every tree having its own unique lifestyle and purpose and growth.
Do you got any tree-related questions?
Do I have any tree related questions? Not really. I've done my treeing a long time ago. Looked deeply into the subject matter, and it's greatly reflected in my own personal understandings and how I can use it and to explain to others through metaphors.
Mm. I have another question, if it will be
Sure.
timely.
Yeah, go ahead.
I remember learning in class that the seeds can be left alone for like thousands or maybe even hundreds of years, but all it takes is water to activate them again. I was
Sure.
wondering, like, how can it stay in that deep seated of like sleep?
Stasis. Here's an example. The Sahara Desert is just giant sand and hot water, hot air and sunlight. Yet when it rains, it turns green. Why? Because those seeds are laid dormant. And that's the technology of a seed, to lay dormant for hundreds and even thousands of years. It's how this planet has regrown itself through its various long global natural disasters. That's the building block of life itself. Seed is a spiritual technology that has a resilience within it. And all it needs is a fertile ground and a light above it that can allow it to grow. And then that seed will come out of stasis and from the infinite world back into this finite world and begin its genetic activation. Just like a fetus in the womb, but the seed is using the dirt to be the womb, and its initial root to be its umbilical cord connecting itself to the earth, nurturing it so it grows, so it's no longer a little infant plant. It grows into a few inches, a few feet, and a few 100 feet, or whatever its final thing is. Its personal growth stage, in which it is trying to create a community of others, because no being wants to be alone.
No.
It needs the blades of grass. It needs the dozens of other bushes and trees to make the forest that could become the jungle where once was a barren land.
And that connects to the mushroom network as well.
Sure, that's what
Trade
makes rich and fruitful dirt, which aids seeds it's staying in that dormant stage, or they learn how to grow in stages where this generation these trees grow, and when those trees are done, the next generation of saved seeds comes out. Because there's an agreement journey of what goes every few 100 years or every 50 years, or whenever the fires come and burn down this forest, a new forest grows out of its ashes.
We could also apply that with this generation. We are a different seed.
Or we are many seeds in one, and we have to figure out what we are going to seed ourselves to be. Okay? Are you going to be a sheeple? Are you going to be a wolf in sheep's clothing? Are you going to be the lone wolf out there in the forward? Are you going to be the healer? Are you going to be the dancer? Are you going to be the singer? Are you going to be the capitalist? Are you going to be the muggle?
Going to be the adventurer?
You're going to be the adventurer.
With the Epstein stuff, there's just so much evil in it, but
sure, but that evil has been around for thousands of years.
Millions of years.
No, thousands. We're just going to call it thousands. Our modern culture, going back to the Babylonian times,
Mm.
3,500 years ago, even the Egyptian times and Greek times. Slavery and sexual abuse was everywhere. It was still a very barbaric world. And barbarism didn't go away, it just got covered up. Okay? Look at the British elites during the 17 and 1800s. They were the most corrupt, evil people in the world. Yet what grew out of it is the British politicians now, what they do pales in comparison. That, like, the people in the 1700s look at that and go, "Holy shit, you guys are corrupt." Okay,
Mm-hmm.
they would have sex parties and slavery and sacrifices. They still do it. They just do it in the halls of power, and no one gets caught by it because all the news media has been bought out to cover it up. All the
Yes.
prosecutors and police have been bought out to cover it up.
And
The
now
elite
comes.
don't get prosecuted. That's centuries old in our habit patterns as a species.
And now comes the hard part where we have to learn what to forgive them but not forget what they did.
Oof. That's absolute truth. But most people aren't ready for that.
Oh,
They
100%.
have other things in their life they have to deal with before the reality of what the Epstein files is, was, and will be as a forced indoctrination system to create silos and tribalism.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And there are a lot of people who just need to work on their personal growth before they look at the darkness that is the files. Because when you look at darkness, darkness looks back at you. Okay?
Yeah.
And then there are other people that don't want to delve into the depths because it's going to put something in the pit of their stomach that can never go away. Okay? A lump of darkness that just stays inside you. The world is that dark. Versus making your own light and discovering your own path and position in your personal growth and career.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The Epstein files are going to be a big, great pit trap for a lot of people. And all these podcasters, whether they're big podcasters or little, they're going to amplify that and amplify it and amplify it and amplify it and amplify it. It's going to be in every feed, in every place. It's going to be absolutely everywhere, trying to permeate itself into you, passively and actively.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have to learn how to curate your own social media feeds and shut up the people that are the paper mache talking heads.
Yes.
You learn to curate your feeds.
Mm-hmm. You've done it before.
Yeah.
Except when Sean. Oh no, you did it to Sean.
No, he did it to me, and then I did it back to him. That's how easy one thing from one other place could fuck your feed up. That's how in tune the algorithms are.
So you have to be like the gardener to your
Yeah.
own.
To your own feed, constantly muting and blocking.
Well,
I wish YouTube did that. It doesn't allow you. If you really want to fuck your feed up, you gotta just go and randomly watch videos that you would never actually watch. Like, I do that on a regular basis to fuck up my YouTube algorithm. Like, I'll go watch 4 episodes or 5 episodes of SpongeBob SquarePants, followed by 2 episodes of Bluey, and then I'll go watch a bunch of gun videos, followed by like World War II videos, followed by makeup videos, stuff that completely isn't in my wheelhouse. And the algorithm won't know what to do and what to feed me, and all of a sudden I actually have an algorithm giving me adventuresome new stuff that I want to look at. If you've never done it to YouTube, I advise everyone to do it. Once every 3 or 4 months, to say, I'm fucking my feet up. For the next 12 hours, I'm going to watch a bunch of videos that I would never want to watch. Binge, like, just think of 7 or 8 or 10 subject matters that you don't normally watch. Go and watch those videos. Like I put a bunch of sports videos on. What did it finally give me? It's not that it wanted to give me sports. It gave me sports like badminton, other things that people were looking at that are darts and billiards, and all of a sudden you're watching really cool clips and videos that have nothing to do with football, baseball, or basketball.
And that's more the adventuring, isn't it?
Right.
The adventure into reality.
Right.
Smart.
Like I saw these Chinese table tennis people. Holy fuck, were the trick shots. I mean, these two guys went back and forth like 85 times before they scored 1 point. Okay? And the trick shots were through the frickin' roof. Okay? And then they block a trick shot, block, trick shot, block, trick shot, block. And my mind just couldn't even process what these guys were doing. Imagine hitting the ball back and forth 85 times before anybody scores a point.
Determination, will.
Right. Determination, willpower, and spiritual strategy and intuition at the highest level. Okay? Those people are in the zone.
Well, I don't have anything else to add. I think that's all I can say.
All right, take it easy. We'll go back to Mate.
Yep.
Mate, signal to unmute. Mate, signal to unmute. There you are.
I'm here.
How's it going?
How we doing? Yeah, I'm doing great. Quick question before we get too far. Is Epstein dead?
Hold on, you're echoing and you sound really far away from your phone.
Hold on. I got it.
Or you have a headset or something on it. It sounds really.
It was hooked up to my car. It should be better.
Yeah, now I can actually understand you.
I'll be home in like 3 minutes. But did Epstein kill himself? Is he dead or is he living somewhere else?
I don't know.
Can you not just look up his soul code or whatever?
It doesn't work like that.
Oh,
It doesn't work like that.
that's okay. What was the other one? Yeah, go ahead.
So
You can explain a little bit how it works if you want.
no, see, we are in the end game of the oligarchs' play.
Yeah, it feels that way.
If let's just say they want him to be visually dead on this timeline, but alive on another timeline. There is a lot of evidence saying that they switched him out and put a fake Jeffrey Epstein back in. That doesn't mean they didn't kill him. They didn't kill him after they got out. Okay.
You're right. Yeah. Okay.
Or is he doing an Elvis? And
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I was feeling like. But is he big enough of a player in the first place that they would do that for him?
all right, so here is where
That's I didn't know that.
the myth of power. The myth of power.
Yeah.
Is his power in his myth, or is his power in what he actually did? Okay? We don't know the reality of what he did yet. We're only getting a small sampling in which the myth is amplifying it. People allowed him to stay doing what he was doing. And even after he got convicted of being a pedophile, all of the wealthy elites, including Steve Bannon, tried to regenerate his image and make him not be a pedophile anymore, so that he could come back on the world stage.
Uh-huh.
Okay? That's done to elite people all over the world every time.
Is he one of those people that have like a bunch of different version of himself and like one soul in different bodies? Is he one of those people?
No, so you're looking at the myth of the conspiracy world making stories about him that might be mythically true. The reality is, whether he's alive or dead doesn't matter. We are dealing with the myth of a man right now. The myth of what he did. and is the power of myth that is indoctrinating people right now. Okay? Versus truth and reconciliation. And until there's truth and
Being used as
reconciliation, the
it's still
myth will
being used as like they're playing like a narrating it like in a certain way.
yeah, and the myth is the narrator right now until we tell the narrator to shut the fuck up. Okay?
Well, that's what you were saying about the news thing, how they're trying to go to the center instead of one-sided as they always have been.
And something that I got to remind people, it's a very slow change to the center.
Yeah, you were saying that like it's only gonna get worse, and I keep hearing that from you, and I'm just like, how much longer, man?
People want things changed now.
Well, we
It
sure
ain't,
do, yeah.
it ain't gonna happen. It's gonna happen painfully slow, which is why you got to find
Just
out
enjoy it.
how you can make personal growth and changes to make your life better, while the painfully slow changes are happening in the media world.
I agree. Yes, I've always had that feeling that I need to focus on my life, make it as good as possible in certain ways, spiritual and so forth. And it feels like to me, I've always had this feeling since I was a kid that once I do that, it's like life is gonna follow behind it. And it may just be just the perception that it's just my life at that point, and it doesn't even matter what's going on out there anymore, or it will happen that way that it's actually gonna follow right behind. And I got my ducks in the row, and finally the world behind me is starting to do that too. It's how I've always felt. I don't know which one out of the two, one of the two.
Right. Well, get your ducks in a row and stop worrying about the world out there. That's the
Yeah,
first thing most people should be challenging themselves in. Okay? Don't stay in the world of indoctrination.
yeah, 100%. Good news about work.
Yeah, tell me.
I bought the van, and I bought it on auction.
You got the van.
And I want to say it was the best thing out of everything I've done. I really appreciate that advice.
What kind of van did you get?
2018, I AI'd everything, dude. Every single thing that I found, I just pushed it into the AI. Like, is this good? Is this good? This is not good. This is good. And then one time he said, like, oh, this is the non-nonsense work van that everybody uses, and it's like the easiest to work on for mechanics and stuff and all that. All right, let's focus on that one. Give me one of those. And this is the Chevy 2018. Fuck is it called? 2500 or something express.
Good van.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Big
Better
cargo
than the
van.
truck. Better than the truck. Better than the truck.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, I only needed to like sit on it for one day, and I'm just like, you're right.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I had the van like back in the day too, and it was pretty obvious. I was really focused on being the big boss, and instead of trying to do the work like what we were talking about.
Right.
And as soon as I kind of wrapped my head around it, I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like, what am I getting myself into?
Yeah. Okay, but the most important thing that I'd like to hear about that's been on my mind, like, first of all, a question before we get to that is like, how did you know to tell me about that lifetime? I asked you about my last lifetime, which was kind of meaningless in a way, and you were like, I forget that one. Let me tell you about the one before it. What made you tell me that?
That's the skill.
I know. You're good.
Your
You were
record
good.
epigenetic system and story. You might have this lifetime.
I might have what?
No, might have is potential. Okay. So the skill is picking out intuitively what's in your what if, what can be, what should be, and what will be specific for the time of where you're at.
Okay, can you kind of put that together with my specific situation with this?
It's what you needed to unlock your own personal wisdom and reflections of spirituality based off of the life choices and path you had ahead of you on that day of wisdom.
When we talk?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it's like literally a momentary kind of reading in a sense.
Yes. But what
Wow.
you do with it has long-lasting effects. And I
Yeah.
chose the one intuitively that would give you the best long-lasting effects of change.
Yeah. Yeah. It really resonated with me. And for me, like one of the biggest thing is really I do want to move forward with my own spirituality, like, oh my God, forever, like forever, really, really long time. And we were talking about how, I'm not drawn to like try to be a healer and learning all that stuff. And it was just not getting to me, like how these two supposed to come together when it's not seeming to be like a conventional way that I'm hearing from you and everybody else. And when you told me that, and I'm like, I've never really thought of nature as being like a spiritual teacher to me, but it just clicked right away. And I've been looking for I want to
Right.
learn how to ride horses. So I found 3 places near me that as soon as I get my work a little bit more situated, I'm definitely gonna check out all 3 of them.
Good.
And I want to learn how to ride a horse. I literally just watched this video like less than an hour ago on TikTok. The guy was talking about horses that they're whatever field they're emanating, like life force consciousness. I don't know what it's called.
They're
It's like 3
morphogenic
times
field.
stronger. Say that
Yeah.
again.
They're morphogenic field.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the word he used, but I'm sure it's the same thing. And is that true?
Yes. I've worked a lot
Okay.
with horses, a lot, a lot, a lot. And they are extremely energetically pliable, and they have a way of making us pliable too. We have been
Yeah.
bonded with the horse for thousands and thousands and thousands of years as a species, and we regularly trade bodies. I may be a horse for a few years, and then I become a human to horse, horse to human. We trade back and
Wow.
forth between soul families, and I've done it for a very long time. Thus, we have the capacity to really manipulate the morphogenic field of each other simultaneously with no touch at times.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom mentioned that when she heard about what you said, and I was really intrigued by it. She was like, "Oh yeah, the horses thing would be really big for you." And I'm like, "I'm surprised you like picked that out." And immediately she said that, I'm like, "Yes, horses I do need, and almost more than dogs."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, more than dogs. Right.
Yeah, because
But
I've always thought about doing dogs and training and stuff like that, but I think I would rather lean to the horses at this point.
okay.
So we'll see. I mean, that depends on the places that I go to. One of them, I can just talk on the ranch with people and they're willing to like walk me through. The other one, I pay them $50 and they have like a first day kind of training thing and assess me and all that. And the third one is like a volunteer place.
Right. The rest is getting to know the horse you're riding.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really intrigued to do it. And then the other thing that I found, I'm really looking into this because I'm like I said, it really got my attention when you told me. And I found this website, Workway. You ever heard of this?
Yeah.
So like it's like people who have farms and stuff, and they take people. A lot of times they take foreigners or whatever for like language exchange or whatever. But they like work on their farm for a month or 2 or more. They learn
Yeah.
stuff, and then they get like free help or whatever, and then they might pay them a little bit, feed them, all that kind of stuff, put them up in some kind of place. And I found a perfect place, dude. Like I found a place where they literally it's like 12,000 cattle that they're moving around the year on their field in Nebraska, I think is where it was.
Yeah, but you need to be physically fit in a whole different way,
Wow.
mentally, physically, and spiritually, to be able to
Yeah, I
take on
wouldn't go
that.
tomorrow. And that's why I want to learn how to ride horses first, get out there on some farms and learn a little bit about lifestyle and everything. I know very little, so it's funny how I'm drawn to it, and I have almost very, very little experience with camping and getting out there because it's just nobody around me did it, and
You're in
it's
Florida.
all like
You're in Florida. You have camping, and you can go everywhere year round. Okay.
there is. It's just nobody's going. Like it's like there's never been a thing with my social circles or anybody around me. So all I'm saying, if I'm not doing it by myself, it's not happening. Is what I'm trying to say. And that was just not really happening before. Now that I know what's up, it's like that's not going to be a problem.
Right.
So I'll find my way. I really am interested in going up over Atlanta. That's like a little over 6 hours, and the Appalachian Trail start over there. I really want to go up there camping.
That's a good place to start.
That's my goal. I'd
Yeah.
like to. There's like a little St. Andrews whatever park down here, It was my nephew's idea, but I think I'm gonna take up on it. At first, I was like, "Nah, that seems boring and whatever." But we'll just go out there for like a couple of nights, just to like
Right.
have
Just to set the
a
tent up
sense
and
for the camping. Yeah, right. And then that way I can plan a little bit better for
right.
farther
Add the
away.
real equipment that you want to have with you, like go and do a
Yeah.
test runs in your local places.
See that last part?
Just to do a couple test runs in your local places so you know
Yeah.
what equipment to have, what works and what doesn't work.
Sure. Yeah, I totally know there's a lot of learning curve, and I'm watching a lot of videos on gear and stuff, what to buy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a process, and I'm just really excited about the whole thing in this direction. It's like more important to me than almost anything else right now.
Well, you found something that you can focus on, something that gives you a focus that becomes a vision, and that vision develops into your own set of goals
It's
for
like
you
a
to go.
dream. Yeah, it's like I don't know. It has a whole feeling to it.
Yeah,
It's really
but
awesome, and
all from that cowboy lifetime.
yeah, it's like almost I can just look at the pictures and I can feel how I'm gonna feel, and it feels great.
Yeah.
It just feels soothing, and I don't know. Just I keep thinking this concept that it's just like, yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, it's hard. It's actually harsh. It's not easy. Matter of fact, this anime was really cool. It was like, long story short, he wanted to go back to nature because it's like city life is too easy. It's making me soft, and I'm like, wow, okay, that makes a lot of sense. And at the same time, the difficulties that we're dealing with. I keep watching these videos. Oh, we have it so good. We have it better than the Chinese emperor because we can just order something on Amazon and whatnot. Yeah, but did he have to deal with all the spam emails and then the scams and then getting screwed over here, there, and everything, and all the things that we deal with in the modern life that is just freaking ridiculously hard and stupid and usually man-made,
Think
which is
about
what's
this.
bothering me.
Think about this. Everybody tried to screw over the king.
Yeah.
Everybody tried to scam the king.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, there's all these modern problems that, they want to dismiss that we have all these, we have a dishwasher and a laundry thing and cars and AC and whatnot. Yeah, and we also have a whole lot of other problems with it.
Sure, but all things you could shed off if you don't let them get to you.
What my point is that most of those are man-made, and a lot of them I just see the whole Babylonian bullshit behind it, which is just bothering me. And then where I come to the nature, even though it's hard and difficult and all that kind of stuff, same way, but it's not organized against me by other human beings that is literally fucking with me internally.
But you're letting it fuck you.
Like I know, but nature seems much more acceptable is what I'm trying to say.
Sure. So now you have an out.
Not out to get
You
me.
have out from the shit that's fucking with you. You have a way out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that would bring me spiritually, consciousness wise, grounded wise, and so forth, to the point where if I come back to this world, I'll be a whole new person. I'm gonna be able to deal with things in a whole other level. Kind of like the whole slowing thing down that you were talking about. I think that would happen through nature, and my patience would be, in a way, through the roof compared to what it is now. I think we lost you there.
Nope.
Okay, there you go.
I'm here. Sorry, I muted for a second by accident. Fat finger.
Yeah, so that's how I see it. And I'm sure there's a lot of other aspects to it that I can't see just yet.
And as you grow, your vision will expand.
Yeah, that's what I really want. The awareness thing. Another thing that I've started to notice is like everything you're telling me is like it's already there in the subtle. That's my best way to describe it. Like all I had to do without you is pay attention to those subtle things, and I would have had those answers on my own.
Right.
But I just freaking walk right by it. So all those things that you pointed out to me over the, I don't know, months, years, is that I really need to lean in on those small things,
Right.
those small clues.
That's why I'm the grandmaster of the obvious.
I mean, I love it. The whole, I don't want to slow down thing. That was like hit me in the side of the head big time.
The
same thing with the nature. Big things are big ones.
Once you slowed down enough, you saw the subtle.
Yeah, exactly. The subtle is there all the time, and it's telling you all the time the really important stuff to you that we are walking by because I don't know, your parents never told you about. The culture said it this way, programmed that way, all that kind of stuff, and we miss it. So yeah, I
Well,
really
brother,
appreciate it.
I'm going to let you go. I'm going to call it an end to the show here.
No problem. I'm really happy that I got to tell you this. Work is not going that well just yet, but it's gonna pick up and it's gonna be good. I'm starting hopefully my first real job next week. I'm doing some little jobs for my mom's parents and all that, so it'll all
Good
work
luck.
out. I appreciate it. All right, I'll talk to you next time.
Yeah. We are going to be
All right.
back tomorrow for the Friday night Loosh Report. I will be having another special speech designed about the Loosh harvesting energy that is the Epstein files. If you guys want to come and have a private session with me, we are having a sale on that right now. You can go to my website, andrewbartzis.com, and sign up for a session. You can join our members area that has all the great benefits. All of that information is available on my website. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow for the special Jeffrey Epstein